Hello, and now for part 2. The second floor of inside Sagamore Hill. Ready? Alright, let's begin. Second floor. Mother's room. Although Theodore and Edith Roosevelt shared this room, the children always referred to it as Mother's room. Edith often spent summer afternoons on the little porch, napping, reading, or writing letters. The view from the porch, however, hardly compensated for the northwest exposure that made it one of the coldest rooms in the house. The mantel and shelves in the room are covered with family photos and knickknacks that the children gave their mother. The bird's-eye maple furniture had been used by TR's parents in their West 57th Street home in Manhattan. Nice double bed. Father's dressing room. Father's dressing room shares a connecting closet with Mother's room, but it was reserved for TR's use only. His writing outfit, including gloves, boots, and a riding crop, and the heavy cloak he wore when reviewing U.S. Navy ships are here. Ted III remembered an evening when his father was dressing for dinner, but took the time to show him a small .22 rifle that he had purchased to teach the children how to shoot. Ted was delighted when TR loaded the rifle and then fired it into the ceiling. The noise was so slight that Edith, who was in the bedroom next door, claimed not to hear anything. That's impressive. South bedroom. Throughout the 1890s, the south bedroom, nursery, and gate room served as a suite dedicated to the care and housing of small children. The south bedroom was the night nursery. The nurse slept here with the youngest children. TR and Edith described the children as their bunnies. For some reason. He once wrote that there was just the proper mixture of freedom and control in the management of the children. They were never allowed to shirk lessons or work, and they were encouraged to have all the fun possible. Interesting. The south bedroom was mainly used as a guest room during TR's time as president. Shortly after TR's death in 1919, Edith moved into the room and used it as her private bedroom for the next 3 decades. She died here in 1948 at the age of 87. Very elegant. Look at that. The nursery. The nursery was the work room where clothes and supplies were stored, babies were bathed and dressed, and naps were taken. The drawing of Santa Claus in the White House was a gift to the family from Thomas Nast, the noted artist and illustrator. And he did a lot of famous cartoons of the late 19th century. The gate room. The gate room was used as a nursery and day nursery and had a wooden gate across the doorway. Ethel remembered that the gate kept the children confined until they could be trusted not to fall down the stairs. This room eventually became Ethel's bedroom and later a spare room for guests. During World War I, Ethel and her 2 children, at the time, she had 4 children overall, moved back to her parents' home while her husband, Dr. Richard Derby Sr., was serving in France. She stayed in the south bedroom while her son Richard Jr. and daughter Edith shared the gate room. Her father was delighted to have grandchildren so close. Ethel had to chide him for sneaking into the nursery and waking them from their naps just so he could pick them up. In a letter to his son, Archie, nickname for Archibald, TR bragged that he was an excellent baby holder. I'm sure he was. Especially if you raise 6 kids of your own. Nice room. A lot of double beds, I see. Oh, wait a minute. This one's a single, not a double. I don't think. Alice's room. As the eldest child, Alice Lee Roosevelt always had her own room and did not compete with her siblings for space. Her room is furnished with a bedroom set that had belonged to her mother, Alice Hathaway Lee Roosevelt. The large print over the desk shows a Spanish princess painted by Diego Velázquez and a possible role model for young Alice. Alice married Congressman Nicholas Longworth IV in a White House wedding in 1906. Her brother Kermit immediately claimed the room as his own and insisted that his mother purchase new furniture. Nice feminine touch if you ask me. Yeah. Boys' room. Even after leaving the nursery, the four Roosevelt boys often shared bedrooms. Over time, each of the boys, sharing or alone, occupied this room. The contents reflect their shared interests in sports, games, books, and magazines. The door leads to a small room with a window overlooking the roof of a small porch. The children used to leave a ladder leaning on the porch so they could sneak in and out of the house. They all seem like a rowdy bunch, the family. Here we go. Single guest bedroom. The single guest bedroom is a small room that was most likely used by visiting relatives such as TR's niece, Eleanor, the wife of Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Edith Roosevelt resisted her children's attempts to take over the guest rooms and kept them for visiting family and friends. Nice little room. I like the quilt. And finally, for the second floor, that's the double guest bedroom. Most of the family and friends who stayed overnight were honored by the invitation. However, TR's close friend, Henry Cabot Lodge, did not like staying over at Sagamore Hill. And you know why? Here's why. Because he complained that the Roosevelts stayed up too late, talked too loud, and got up too early in the morning. You wonder if they ever got any sleep at all. Nevertheless, this is a nice double guest bedroom. To be continued.